everybody. Welcome to Talk With Nia. So today we are going to be talking about the potential Beyonce curse, okay? Now, we all know that Beyonce is a huge artist and has had much success in her career from Destiny's Child all the way to her solo career to this day. Beyonce recently just broke the record for having the most Grammys. However, there is a thing going around called the Beyonce curse. Do you guys believe that there is a such thing? Now, people are noticing that when artists get compared to Beyonce, that particular artist falls off and doesn't reach successful heights. Now, we can't put all the blame of someone's career not taking off or, doing well on Beyonce. But when compared to her, it seems to add a lot of pressure and actually doesn't help that particular artist like you think it would. Now let's start off with Normani. Normani, the best kept secret of girl group Fifth Harmony, released Motivation, which was her single as a solo artist in 2019. When Normani dropped this song and the video, she definitely paid homage to Beyonce's Crazy in Love, and she instantly got comparisons to Beyonce with her great dancing and singing ability. Now, some of these things that they have in common are Beyonce and Normani both came from girl groups, right? Normani has range, she has a great voice, great dance moves. She has that it factor. And then she met Beyonce, and she got Beyonce's blessing. So she did an interview and she talked about the time that she met Beyonce face to face. And Beyonce told her, "You keep doing your thing. I'm really proud of you. I'm watching you." Watch this clip.
Well, she looks at me and I didn't even get a chance to introduce myself. And she's like, "I've been waiting to meet you for some time now."
Wow.
What? I had to take a moment for myself. Like I literally put my head down. I looked up and I was like, "Thank you so much for everything that you do, especially for me being a young black female coming up in the industry. You make me feel like I can do absolutely anything, especially in such a male-dominated field." And she was like, "I'm so proud of you."
So Normani came out the gate as a solo artist. She was doing great performances. People got to see her amazing dancing ability. She can sing. She just had it. And she got the co-sign from Beyonce. Now, you would think, what happened? Now, Normani is signed to RCA, and she has not released her solo debut album. And it's been a few years. Now, even though when she does drop a song and it may pick up steam, it does tend to fizzle out, and her fans don't get another song for a long time. So there's big gaps in between when she releases a song. We're going to get into this a little bit more now. Since releasing her solo debut single Motivation in 2019, which was co-written by Ariana Grande and debuted at number 33 on Billboard Hot 100, Normani has also put out the song Wild Side featuring Cardi B in 2021, which debuted at number 14 on Billboard Hot 100, and the song Fair in March of 2022, which bubbled under Billboard Hot 100. Normani was also featured on Megan Thee Stallion's song called Diamonds from 2020 Birds of Prey soundtrack, and most recently on Calvin Harris' single called New to You alongside Tinashe and Offset for the DJ's Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2 album. While there has yet to be a solid update on when Normani's debut album will arrive, the singer did promise that the studio set was almost done in an interview with Ciara on the Ellen DeGeneres show in December of 2021. Now, on that interview with Ciara, Normani shared how being in Fifth Harmony had allowed her to hide, pretty much. But now that she's, solo, she's in the spotlight. Or Normani said she's been experiencing firsthand all of the difficulties with putting out a project, especially her first all on her own. Now, she said, "People underestimate how hard it is and how much effort we put into one project, one body of work. And coming out of a girl group, there was a lot of that I had to figure out by myself and fears that I had to deal with head on." She said, "I was always so safe being in a girl group. I remember my mom when I was little, she was like, 'Why do you always want to be in a girl group so bad? Is it that you can hide?' And I think that was pretty much the answer. But God had other plans for me, and by his faithfulness and his grace, he's really, really kept me." Well, now we're in 2023, and we still don't have an album or a new single from Normani. So we are left to see what is going to happen next and if her light is truly going to continue to shine bright as it can be. Now, next, we're going to talk about Chloe Bailey. Chloe Bailey was a child star and also a great singer that was a part of a group with her little sister, Hailey Bailey, and they became Beyonce's proteges and are signed by Beyonce. Now, the two had a beautiful sound, and recently, Chloe went solo in 2022. Now, when Chloe went solo, she developed a more sexual vibe that most of her fans had to adjust to. But more importantly, she instantly was compared to Beyonce.
What did she say about, you maybe feeding into those comparisons? Did she tell you not to? Or?
She says she's really proud of me. Mm-hmm. And, that's not something we specifically talk about. But I just love her, and I'm happy she sees this light inside of me and my sister as well. So.
Chloe put out her debut single called Have Mercy, where she showed more skin and sexuality and stunned everyone. She then followed up with more singles like Treat Me, Surprise, For the Night, and most recently, Pray It Away. As for the charts, Have Mercy didn't do terrible. It was a top 40 hit on the Hot 100 and sold well over 1 million units and reached number 1 on Rhythmic Radio chart. For the Night, featuring Lotto, didn't do as well as it was bubbling under the Billboard Hot 100, and the song Treat Me debuted at number 81 on Billboard Hot 100. And then the song she had called You and Me with Gunna debuted at number 72 on Billboard Hot 100. Her latest single, Pray It Away, didn't debut on Billboard Hot 100, but it did reach number 1 on US iTunes R&B Soul and number 116 on US Apple Music R&B Soul. Chloe will have her debut album released this year in March, and we shall see if she has other singles coming out prior to its release. However, there was a time in the summer of 2022 when Chloe did admit that her album was done already.
Purple. When's the album? At this point, I don't know.
But this was around the time that Beyonce released her Renaissance album, so this was kind of interesting to me. So speaking of this, you can't help but notice how Beyonce will release things around similar times as Chloe Bailey. For instance, Chloe announced her debut album release date on January 24th of 2023. But we had already gotten word of Beyonce's performance, her private performance in Dubai, just a few days earlier on January 21st, 2023. Chloe then released her single called Surprise, which was released on June 17th in 2022. And then Beyonce released her single Break My Soul just 3 days later on June 20th, and then released her Renaissance album on July 29th, 2022. I think that these two having close announcement dates definitely only does damage for Chloe because Beyonce's fans are then distracted by what Beyonce has going on, and the interest towards Chloe goes downhill. However, Chloe's work and projects will have to be able to stand on their own. But I mean, it's definitely difficult trying to go head to head with Beyonce, okay, if you're announcing things around the same time. Now, do you guys think that Chloe would have reached more success as a solo artist if she wasn't Beyonce's artist and wasn't compared to Beyonce? Do you think that it has something to do with the shift that she made from being in a group with her sister and that sound and that look that they had versus her as a solo artist? What do you guys think is necessarily going on with Chloe's career? Or do you simply think we need to allow her more time? I mean, she really hasn't had that much time either. And as far as Normani, do you guys think that the Beyonce comparisons had anything to do with having a negative impact on her career? Do you feel that it's more so her label? What do you think as far as Normani? Well, that is all that I have for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.